The Qeros people in South America had developed a very egalitarian society. They had all their needs met. Everybody had housing, everybody had food, everybody had clothing. The Incan Empire did a great job of ensuring that all people were taken care of. There was this kind of working with each other that this is what our needs are, so let's all go work on this. But your basic needs are going to be met. So the Incas did a actually very good job of ensuring that people felt like human beings. And there was this very secure attachment style that developed inside of the Qeros people in the Incan Empire. If somebody left their home, they had this ledge that they set up at the front door, and it was to put a stick on. So if you left the house, you set down your stick on the ledge at the front door so that if your neighbor came to visit, they knew that you were out for a time. And so you didn't go into their house and you didn't steal their stuff. And the person who left had no expectation that anybody would steal their stuff. And so, again, they trusted their neighbors and they trusted themselves. Everything changed when the Spaniards came to visit. So the Incan Empire was very hospitable, so it welcomed people. So instead of taking people over, it would welcome them. You're invited to join us, and this is what we have to offer. And if the people who they encountered were very aggressive, then they would say, okay, no, we don't do that here. We do it this way. You're welcome to join us. And war was kind of a last resort for the Incan Empire. They welcomed people in a different sort of way. The Spaniards were different. So the Spaniards came, and when they built their houses, they built locks on the doors. Locks mean that I don't trust you, because if I leave my house, I expect you to steal from me. And why would they think that? Because they stole from other people. That was part of their character. They were there in the area to steal from the Incas, to take advantage of the Incas, to get all they could from the Incas, to use them as objects. So the Spaniards introduced the anxious attachment style to the area. That meant that while they trusted themselves, they trusted each other in the Qeros people, they could not trust the Spaniards because the Spaniards were there to hurt them. So they had great anxiety and they moved into the jungle, hoping that they would not find them there and destroy their family system, their system of building that healthy society. So they had bridges. And they built them out of vines and they wove them together. And that was how they got from place to place. And they had these beautiful buildings and structures and plethora of places that are incredible in the Peruvian jungle if you've been in the area. So the Spaniards, at first, are welcoming them. Yeah, this is where Machu Picchu is, and Hiram Bingham was introduced to what everybody knew was there. And all these explorers came, yeah, this is what we have here. And then they figured out, you know what, they're taking our artifacts. They're going into the tombs. They're removing items. They are removing them from our area. They're going to take advantage of our sacred sites. And so anxiety prevailed that when foreigners come in here, bad things go down. We don't trust them. We trust ourselves, but we don't trust them. So they had this avoidant thing going with the Spaniards. And they had anxiety with what the Spaniards were going to do to them. So anxiety means things are not going to go as they're supposed to be. So because you're causing me harm, I'm going to avoid you. And it's a smart move. If you're an avoidant, things have gone down where you're going to avoid people who are going to do harm to you. So they became avoidant of the Spaniards and of other people. So there was anxiety that was produced by the abusers, the colonizers. The colonizers were also evangelists. That meant that not only am I going to take over your land, you now need to believe like us. And if you don't believe like us, we're going to create an inquisition. We're going to create places where we torture you until you believe like us. If that's not anxiety provoking, I don't know what is. And it's extremely abusive. So they started out with a secure attachment. They developed an avoidance. They developed anxiety because there was harm done to them. And now, if you look around the world at indigenous cultures, many, many, many of them struggle with alcoholism and addiction. And that is basically a way of saying, you know what, I don't trust myself within myself because it hurts too much in here. I need to numb the pain because it hurts too much to think about what has been done to me. And I also don't trust you. So there we have the anxious attachment style. And those are the 4 attachment styles. And my question to you is, what's been your experience of attachment styles? And what's been the experience of your culture with attachment styles? What has been done to them and has caused a response in them? And my next question is, with whom could you develop a secure attachment style? Who would be those safe people where you trust yourself and where you trust them, that there is no malintent? Because that's what life's all about. And that is the definition of love. And so if you have come from spiritual wounding, where the use of religion was used in a way that did not demonstrate love and caused within you a reaction where you needed to avoid it and you felt anxiety, that was spiritual wounding. And I'm so sorry. And we need to help you find peace and the secure attachment within yourself and with the other people around you. So all of this can be found in chapter 2. I tell you a very personal story of my book, Who Am I? A Deep Dive Through Spiritual Wounding to Identity. And it's all related to what is my origin story. And origin stories can be your own, or they can be part of the culture around you, part of your family system, because of what has been done historically. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.